Hello everybody, just a few announcements before I get started on the video. One, I said I was going to do a contest sometime in early March. I'll just make it after WrestleMania, so sometime in April. Yeah, it's going to happen, definitely. And there'll be prizes and people will get them and they'll jizz their pants, I'm sure. Announcement number 2, I win the Hat Wars. Go fuck yourself, Daniel and Double Cross King, or Ichiban Puroso, who is Daniel. Number 3, fuck you, Facebook, for disabling my account, but that's completely irrelevant to whatever I'm going to be talking about. What I'm going to be talking about is TNA. You know, I've been following TNA for a very long time, and I've been on the internet talking about wrestling for, well, it feels like forever. Probably about late 2005 or so. Or, no, 2005 I've been on forums. Following TNA maybe early 2006. I was in my last year of school, so yeah, 2006. And over the years, people have made many excuses for TNA not being able to compete on the level of WWE. It's still a young company. It's only been around for 4 years. They need more stars. Well, in the time I've been following TNA, a lot of these things that people were making excuses for as to why TNA was never at the level of WWE in terms of competing have been resolved. You know, people complained that TNA didn't have enough star power. They got it. With Kurt Angle, I can remember one of Bill and Doug's first videos, if not their very first, saying, "Oh, look, Kurt Angle signed with TNA. He's the guy who's going to bring TNA to the mainstream." And it's lights out for the WWE. Well, I don't know if they said that exactly, but that was what they were implying, that things were going to change in the wrestling world. Then the ratings improved, spiked when Kurt Angle came along, but then they went back to their normal level. Then people said, "Oh, but TNA just needs prime time. That's what they need." They got prime time. Ratings went up by a bit on average. Didn't help pay-per-view buy rates. But yeah, and then people said, well, maybe TNA needs 2 hours. That was the next excuse. They got 2 hours. Ratings didn't improve too much. I remember reading a really long essay by this guy on a forum saying, oh, even Vince Russo, who started writing in TNA 2006, said that TNA needs 2 hours to really help them move along. It'll give them more time to space things out, because one of the complaints was it was 1 hour's crammed full of 2 hours worth of show, but then when they got 2 hours, it felt like 4 hours crammed into 2. Really got my tongue tied there. And then the next excuse was, after the 2 hours and the prime time and the stars came along, well, one of them was they need to go live. And they went live, and the ratings, well, there was a lot of buzz around it, and the ratings went up, 1.3 as opposed to 1.2 or so, 1.1, 1.2, whatever they were doing. They continued on. They didn't continue running live, though. And then I remember still reading fairly recently, until they went to Monday nights, that they needed to go Monday nights, and they needed to go live. And this was only supported by the fact that they ran the January 4th show, they did well, but, it's been 2 weeks now, and you can make the excuse for the second week being taped, whatever. The first week had, a decent amount of buzz. Got a 0.98. Second week, 0.84. I expected that to happen. It was running against Raw. But the thing is, most TNA diehards keep saying TNA needs this, TNA needs that. And I know a few people have spoken about it on the internet, or a lot of people have spoken about it, but I don't think there's anything that can help them. And people are now saying maybe TNA needs a second show. The thing is, they weren't ready to go Monday nights to begin with. They've really been pushing and pushing and pushing this promotion for years. People were saying, oh, it's still a young promotion 4 years ago. It's 4 years from then, so it's 8 years old. And they're still saying it's a young promotion. While I concede, yeah, it is a young promotion, the improvements over the past 4 years, while they've gotten a 2-hour primetime show with more star power, you look at the pay-per-view buy rates, you look at the TV ratings, well, we don't know the pay-per-view buy rates for sure. That can all be disputed. And so can the ratings, because the Nielsen system is flawed. But if you look at them, if you really look at them, things haven't changed. Things haven't gotten that much better. And now with running every first Impact or every second Impact live, they're losing a lot more money than they should be. And they've got Hogan, which surely costs them a lot of money, and Bischoff, and a ton of guys that probably cost them a lot of money. I've always wanted the best for TNA, and I've always helped make them excuses. I've always made excuses for them. Especially in the past when I really first started following them, I was a TNA fan. I still would say I'm a TNA fan, but it's just disappointment after disappointment with TNA for me. And, they're not WCW. The thing is, WCW had a show that was getting 2.4s or whatever on Saturday nights before they started Nitro. Nitro was their second show on Monday. TNA, if they wanted to go Mondays, they should have started a second show on Monday to compete with the WWE. But they didn't do that. They put their flagship show on Monday, and I'm going to say it's failed because the ratings have gone down. It didn't stimulate business the way people said it would. It's just disappointment after disappointment with TNA. I don't think there's anything they can do to make, in terms of TV shows or business-wise or whatever, to make them better, except for maybe changing their time slot. Well, that's the new excuse, or the new thing that they should do now. Change the time slot, get a second show. Okay, but nothing else has worked for them. It's like these people, yeah, you could argue that it's a good idea to do those things, but they should have done them before they went Monday night. It feels like my brain is full of fuck. The one thing TNA should do, the one thing they should have done a long fucking time ago, before they even considered competing with the WWE on Monday nights against Raw. Can anybody guess it before I say it? I'll just pause for a second and or pause the video and just think, what could they do to compete with Raw? I know, make the show better. They haven't done that in 4 years. The show has been rubbish. When I was living in the US, I watched the show, and I was really excited because it would be the first time I'd be able to sit down and watch Impact, and I did, and I was disappointed. And for the next, until now, having returned to Australia and having to watch it on the internet, and up until this point, I can see there have been some improvements. I can also see that things have gotten worse in some aspects. And, if every month it gets better, there's a month where it gets worse again. If they just had a good product, I'm not going to tell them how to make a good product, but if the product was improved, and really improved, because I care about Raw and Next and SmackDown more than I care about Impact, which is really sad, then, they're doing something wrong. That's the solution. There's never one clear solution to any one problem. There's many routes you can take, but they've done so much shit, and none of it's worked out for them. You know what I think they should do? As I said, make the product better. If you have any ideas or excuses as to why TNA is not doing so well, leave them in the comments, please. I'll read them and tell you if you're a retard or not. But my subscribers, you lot, are fairly smart, so I'm sure you can give me something that I haven't heard before. So, yes, take care. I'm going to go have sex with this cowboy hat. It's a Stetson, and it's 100% wool and made in the USA. So, yeah, I'm going to have sexual intercourse with it.